Intrepid is creating an interesting dynamic that will test your loyalty to your guild, node, and your own personal goals within Ashes of Creation. Traditionally in MMOs, loyalty to your guild meant support other members, don't PK other guildies, show up on time for raid, and sometimes donate resources that help the guild as a whole, even if you are not requiring what the guild is crafting or doing. Putting it simply, putting the guild's goals above your own. This is why joining a guild that has similar goals and being clear with your leadership on your motivation in game is important to a healthy relationship within your guild. I'm sure most of us have seen someone or personally felt that the guild they were in was no longer matching its goals with yours. This, in my experience, is the number one reason why people leave a guild, and what this comes down to is two different sets of loyalties at odds with each other. Loyalty to the guild versus loyalty to your own goals. Once these come at odds with each other, most people decide it's time to find another guild. This process has become standard practice over the years in MMOs without any real change, as players have not been faced with an extra set of loyalties. Now we can agree that an MMO is a game, and most of us want to play the game with our own goals as the main priority. Ashes of Creation is going to really test the player on what they want out of a community, be it a guild or a node. In Ashes, Intrepid is introducing the node system. This system will have multiple points of impact on the individual player experience: node type, citizenship, housing, node governments, and node reputation. All of these different aspects will cause players to think longer about not only what node they want to belong to, but also what guild they want to be in. Just like in traditional guild versus personal goals, players will now have to consider node versus goals. Your own goals may have led you to become a citizen of an economic node, as your primary goal in Ashes is to become a gold baron. If the government of this economic node starts to move the node in a direction that could negatively impact your income, you are now in a node versus goals situation, and may have to consider finding a new node. How this varies from guild versus goals is you may have established your housing within a node and created a good reputation for yourself. Just like in real life, you will have to consider the consequences of leaving your home, reputation, and security behind to seek out better opportunities more aligned with what you want, but that is a risk, as there is no guarantee that you will be able to re-establish yourself in a new node. So do you alter your goals to be in line with the node, or do you stick to what you want and take the risk? We have our node versus goals and guild versus goals laid out, but the real impact of where your loyalty lies within Ashes is in the node versus guild versus goals situation. You, being the expert and diligent gamer you are, will put a lot of time into figuring out what guild and node you want to be a part of to maximize the success of your own goals. Becoming a gold baron leads you to a guild that has a large focus on economy and trade, which allows you to tap into their resources to amplify your income. The same way you build reputation within a node, you also gain friends and customers within your guild. Now, this guild you are in has decided to become a part of an economic node near yours, but not the same one. Time goes on and the guild decides that they want to siege the node you are already a part of. What do? Do you stay loyal to the node and help defend what you have built there, or do you stay loyal to your guild? Because you made sure that both the node and the guild were there to help your own goals, this creates a new situation that most gamers have not experienced before. We have had a lot of discussion about this topic over the years of following Ashes of Creation, and it seems to be a very personal choice depending on the situation and impact of each decision. Something I want to put out there that I think both guilds and players could benefit from hearing is this. Players need to understand that your guild deciding to attack your node is not a personal hit to you, just business. The same way guilds need to understand that a guild member defending the node you are attacking isn't them saying, "Screw you" to the guild. This situation will come up pretty frequently, as guild goals and node goals will not always align with each other. We as players and guilds should try to understand that just because we are on opposite sides of a specific encounter does not mean we are in total opposites of each other in every situation. Now, if you find yourself constantly at odds with your guild or node, then maybe it's time to consider finding a new place to call home. Now, there are always outliers in any situation. Some people are ride or die with their guilds and will stick it out through thick and thin, as the people they play with is more important than the content being done, while others will guild hop at the first sign of danger. Let me know in the comments below which direction do you think you will generally go. Will you stay loyal to your guild, your node, or your own personal goals? Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. I also want to say thank you and welcome to all the new members of the Bearded Bastard community. Hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you in the Fields of Vera.